All right, y'all, Keith Dykes here with W.K.D. Construction. We're here in the basement of the pool house, and today we're going to be installing a custom-made metal floating staircase. All right, these stairs are custom-made, like I said. I got a buddy, Jay Robinson. He's just a neighbor of mine, lives about a mile down the road from me, but he does a lot of metal work for me. Done some handrails for me, builds all my equipment, implement attachments for my forklift. He just anything that is metal, he builds it for me. And actually he's done another set of floating steps for me on a huge house we built several years ago. So we're gonna get back at it. I'll show you what we got. So this is gonna be just it's three pieces. Actually, this piece, it's got a leg, which will be bolted to the concrete, and the top flange up there gets bolted to the header seal. And then we've got a connective piece right here that will be blind nailed to cut these so we can get inside and blind bolt them, and you won't be able to see that hole. And then this actually gets bolted to here with that cross member, and then the platform will set right on top of it. We'll get them into place and use some 3/8 by, I think I got 3 3/4, like a Tapcon, the big thick one, the big 3/8 thick. So we'll bolt that down there. We'll set it right on top of the wood. And then once after we get everything bolted in and ready to go, I ordered some white oak treads, and we're gonna have to make our own because the client wanted 3-inch thick. So we are gonna have to make our own floating stair treads out of white oak. So we'll add that to this and show you that process as well. So the first step, I think, is, of course, we got to take this down. We'll get this taken down and moved outside. But I'm gonna have to find the center line of each stair stringer. And then, like I said, we'll start up at the top, which is up there. We'll start up the top, get it bolted, and then set and level and go from there. It'll be kind of a little bit of slow. It's kind of heavy, so it'll be a little awkward moving around, but we'll get it. And I did not frame this structure. This stairwell opening was already what we had, so that's what we're gonna have to work with. It's actually gonna be a little taller rise per step just because of the space we had to work with, which is fine. I mean, this is just a pool house. They're not gonna be using it every single day. So, you know, you're not gonna have that climbing up and down every single day. So that's just how it's gonna have to be. It's just gonna be a little taller rise. We just had to use a little taller rise just to make it work, but it's gonna work. It's gonna be fire. You just keep watching. You keep watching. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is we got the laser set up. I'm gonna mark on the floor in line with our wall. That way when we set the stairs, you know we will be running parallel with this wall right here. And of course we don't really have anything else to measure off of, so that'll give us our starting point, and we can measure and find the center of this main trunk. And then we'll bolt that section in and then bring it back down, and then we can measure off of this trunk. All right, so when I take that center section, I took the measurement of that center section, then I took the half of this dimension. I took the whole and then took half of it, and then half up there, added all those together, and that gives me 37 and a half? Gives me 37 and a half inches. And then I come to the main body right here. I measure from the width, found center, that's my center. And I took half of that 37 and a half, which was 18 7/8, I think is what it was. Is that right? But anyway, I took the half of that 37.5, went from here and found the center line. So this is going to be the center line of this the main beam right here, the top string. So we'll line it up, put a center mark on the bracket, and then we'll install it right here. Ooh, daddy. All right, so we're gonna put the level on it right here, set it on the floor, wedge it back up into there, and then we'll measure another kicker to get it to where it's gonna hold against the baseboard and it's not gonna fall down. They said check that from the bottom.
Don't want to go that way.
Really? I won't push up and just try to pick it up, though, don't.
We need to add too.
Huh?
We want to figure out what we need to add.
Well, just keep your tape there. You have to look at the level too. There you go, up. Okay.
It's pretty close, maybe down just a little.
Go to the, not to the flange.
Not to the post. So
Just
good.
cut a hole. Just cut another hole and move that. Don't measure off that. Cut the hole. No.
What? Cut a hole.
Cut a hole and take that 2x out.
Oh, it's talking about the whole thing. We still good?
Not to the flange, but to the post.
Yeah. 9 3/4 or
Put
9
that-
3/8.
Cut that board. Just cut that board. All right. You need to be.
Top of the part.
Let me see your tape. From your mark, go 19 3. No, I'm sorry. 19 1/4 long.
That's to the side of the post?
No, that's to the center.
No, that's center.
You're gonna have to make it center. 19 1/4 long.
You have to go about 5 inches.
Oh, it'll ride. It ain't going nowhere. Nice.
Go that way to get the.
Which way?
You gotta go up and get the weight off of the jammed in there. Go that way 5 inches. Hang on, let me set the tape up kind of. So your foot's in the way of the board.
A little more, about another 1.5 inches. Okay. Closer.
Actually, my way of 8. Yep.
Nope, slide off cardboard. Back a little more. So Jay, he drilled and tapped each plate that goes on the side, and we're just going to use a 3/8, 1 inch by 3/8 bolt. Let me get you closer over here. So it's got the bracket, it's got the holes drilled in it. But on each post, he tapped this plate. I guess it's a 1/4 inch plate, and he tapped it. So, and then like I said, we're gonna do a blind kind of fasten. This will go up, and then we can reach our hand in here, bolt it up, and then that big metal plate, the platform plate, will sit on top of here, so you'll never even see these holes, and that'll look real nice and clean underneath. Turn the light on for you, just so you can see. As you can see down in there, we get the bolt started. But like I said, this is going to be blind. You cut this hole, then we can reach down, bolt it in together, and then the platform gets held down by these Allen head countersunk screws. So that'll be a big metal plate there. But that way, when you're looking anywhere, you're not going to see any holes to where this has been fastened together. So that is pretty trick, man. That is awesome. I did some talking with Jay. He's going to make some shim plates because this concrete, you know, because concrete slab is never just perfectly level unless you're laser screeding, and this is not laser screeded. So he's making some shim plates, which will go underneath the each foot. If need be. I think we're gonna have to shim this one up just a little bit, maybe about an 1/8, somewhere in that neighborhood. But I was thinking about cutting out the wood and sitting it directly on the concrete, but Jay, we kind of conversed, and I think we're just gonna go ahead and just bolt it to the floor. Because I've got a, what was it, Greenworks, what was that glue? Bostic Greenworks? Yeah, that's what it was. It's a moisture barrier that is glued, that we have glued the floor down with, so I don't want to disturb that moisture barrier. Because if we cut out the floor and set it, you know, set the metal on the floor, then you kind of get to that sweating issue. So I think we're just going to leave it alone and bolt the, of course we'll drill into the concrete, but we're just going to leave it setting on top of the hardwood. And then if something ever did happen to the hardwood, and we just cut around it, replace what needs to be fixed, and go with it. So we're just gonna set it on top of the hardwood. It'll actually make it look cleaner, but we will just fasten into the concrete, but setting on top of the hardwood. All right, so this is what we have. We've got it sitting here. We got this level. That way we've got the platform level. I've got the top ready to go, centered up on my center marks. Where's those bolt heads? I think I'm going to use these by Simpson. Try to dress them up just a little bit, make them look a little little bulkier. And then, oh, watch it, man. That ain't my floor. And that'll go through. It'll go through there. Go through there and then bolt in there. I wanted to use a 3/8 lag bolt. That way it gives a little more beef to it. She's a beaut, Clark. All right, now I'm trying to get this stringer parallel with this stringer, so we get the laser set up. I think that's basically where we're going to set that post. You can see the laser. I got it centered up on here, so I can measure from here over to the center of this stringer. That way I know, I think we're going to have to come, I think we're going to loosen those bolts up just a little bit and bring it out to get it running parallel. Let's see what we have here. So we're supposed to be what, 38.8? Is my center mark? Oh yeah, we gotta go over. Oh daddy. We gotta go over an inch.
Do it first
I guess we did that, and it's gonna turn, loosen those bolts up there just a little bit. See what it does. Is it? Alright, so I can't get it just perfect. It's going to put it too much in a bind. Like I said, I didn't frame the opening, so the opening is not perfect. We did shim it out, try to get it pretty close, but this wall's out a little bit too, so there's just a lot of crap going on at one time. So I can get it, I'm going to be about, I don't know, about 1/8 off, so that will be fine. We're gonna push it over, anchor this 2 sides here. I checked the plumb, get my stability level. Oh, that is nice. Check that for plumb, and it is money. So we're gonna anchor these 2 bolts here, and when I plumb this, that side has got to come up because the concrete, you know, is irregular. So we'll bolt these 2. I got Jay made some shim plates, and we'll shim it up. It's almost 1/4 inch, so we'll shim it up. We'll shim that corner up 1/4 inch, and then the base plate over here 1/4 inch on the bottom. That will bring everything up, and then I'll have to use maybe a 1/2 of a shim plate on this side right here. Whew, all right. I think we're gonna call it today. We started drilling that with the little cordless Milwaukee, and it don't have enough balls. So I'm gonna get the big ass Hilti. I think it's a TE70 maybe. I don't know. It's a big bad. It's a big mammoth jammer. But we'll bring it. It won't take long to drill those holes. Jay's making me some plates so we can get it shimmed up and everything leveled. And yeah, we'll get it all bolted and ready to go tomorrow, and we'll start making our stair treads. I'm gonna have to make my own. We're gonna make 3-inch thick. So I picked those up from Lowe's this morning, and we're gonna make our own. So I've got a bunch of 1-inch stair treads that we're going to just kind of fabricate and make into some stair treads. But y'all check it out right here. Look, we wrapped this beam with maple. It's pretty slick. We still got to do a little caulking, a little touch-up paint around it. But oh, look at this right here. Check that out. It's pretty cool right here. Let me hit the button for you. Show you what we got. Show you what we're working with. What? Yes, sir. Movie screen. Turn it into theater. Got the projector right there. So definitely cool. Push button. Drop down. We had to build that little valance, I guess you could call it. Just use some 1x12 and snuck it up in there. Painted it all black in there, that way it wouldn't look, kind of hide it a little bit. And then it had, it's got a remote, but I think this works a little better. Got it, coach.
Really tough. Really like some kind of a hole.
What was it say? Drill? So I've got the shim plates, and I'm re-drilling the holes just a little bigger. And we've got to raise this leg up just a little bit, about a 1/4 inch. So we're going to put a 1/4 inch underneath here, which gets us level on the platform. And then we'll anchor it down. I had to change up my anchors, man. It has been a horrible morning. I've been pissed. I've been a little pissed off this morning. My original Tapcon anchors did not work. I had Jay drill 7/16 holes, and the threads on the Tapcon were too thick. I couldn't get it, so we're gonna have to use these type of anchor, which will be fine. I mean, it's just holding down for holding pressure, so we'll get with it and get it in there. So yesterday we took the laser and I put it on the edge of the beam right there. Lasered all the way up across. Found my mark. And then when I measure from the outside of that post to the outside of that post at the top, it's 44 inches? Yeah, 44 inches. So then I measure from this mark to this base, to the outside of this plate, and it's 44. So we'll get that shim plate where it needs to go, and we'll drill holes and anchor that, and we'll be ready. All right, I don't have a drill bit long enough to get through that hole right there, so we're gonna have to dismantle, take it apart at the cross member, lift it up off of the anchor bolts, drill these 2 front holes, set it back down, and then we can get the back side there. Always something. once we got it in here and kind of jogged it around, we're gonna have to water out the holes on the platform just a little bit. Take it outside.
What do you want, a quarter bit or? You want to read out it? Oh! Got it, coach!
Alright, I told you I was gonna get the Hilti, which I did get the Hilti. It's right there. It's a bad mamma jamma. But here was my issue. My bit had the little SDS end on it, not the SDS Max. And my chuck, my reducer chuck that goes from the big to the little, it was trash. It's been gone. So I had to revert and we had to use the old 1/2 inch, just the little generic drill I got just in case of emergency. So we had to pull it out. It was an emergency. Yep, it was an emergency. So I got a little black spray paint. I'm gonna paint these dudes black, just to kind of hide them. That way they'll blend in a little better. So just a little paper around there. Oh, you know, dang paint open. There we go. That looks better. All right, now we got it done. I'm gonna give you a little peek. We'll go up the stairs, but we did have to, like I said, we did have to use shim plates on the bottom because the concrete it's not very good. So we actually, you can kind of see the pretty big difference right there. That one's tight. This one is probably, shoot, it's almost 3/8 on this edge. So the concrete is, it's horrible. So, but it was actually level from here to here. But as we come up, like I said, we're gonna make white oak stair treads, 3 inches thick. Platform, we'll have wood probably to here, which I'm gonna use the same treads with that as well. As we come up, here's the Simpson washer bolts. I just use those because I thought it'd kind of look a little better. But there it is, that's it. And once we get all of the treads on and the platform done, Jay's gonna come back over. We're gonna measure for all the handrails, and I think we're gonna probably use I think on the last one we used a 2 inch, maybe a 3 inch, maybe a 3 inch square tubing for our corner post. And then he drilled for all those. And then we ran and installed the cable railings in there. So that'll be tricky. So we'll have a post, and of course, wrap down the horseshoe there. All right, y'all, that's it. There we have one set of custom-made floating stairs made by my guy, Jay Robinson. Like I said, he's a neighbor of mine, and man, he did a fantastic job, and they're gonna look great. Now this is complete. I think I may do it into a 3-part series. I know probably at least 2. Now that we got all the framework in, we're gonna get started on all of the treads, and that'll be kind of a job in itself. So like I said, I think I may break it up into 2, if not 3 parts. And we got the framework will be part 1, part 2 will be the stair treads and installing them, and part 3 will be cable handrails. All right, y'all. Once again, I am Keith Dykes. This is the Pool House, and thanks for watching.